Hi, Scorpio. I know we talk about love a lot, and we're going to talk more about love. It's what's been on your mind, on your heart. And if you're single, you're kind of like, yeah, I love doing my own thing, but love would be nice too. And it's okay. And maybe you're just like really admitting that to yourself right now. And maybe it's been, you've been working on your heart in a lot of ways and releasing, letting go, forgiving. Past situations are most likely than not to come up during these retrogrades. So just understand that just because you want love doesn't mean that even those people that come back are necessarily for you. Remember, the desire to want love comes from somewhere. And right now you're just seeing that you're in this place, like in an amazing place, where it's just like genuinely what you're looking for right now. And the placements that move from Cancer to Leo this month are very strong for everyone, but especially for you. So it's more likely than not that by the end of Gemini season, someone might show up in your life. And if you have a Pisces in your life or a Leo in your life, then they might be able to help you with something that you have been working on and working towards, especially if they're close to you. They might feel very overpowering even right now. And Jupiter in Pisces is like wanting you to explore not only the depths, but like the different ways in which that now that you've realized you're you're healing certain things that need both the water and the sun. So for some of you, go to the beach, get some, if depending on your climate, do your best to maybe get near some water. It'd be really helpful, like beach water though, salt water. And if you can't, just get near some water. It's really important, because what you're doing now is you're understanding that even though these concepts of love and the way that you've seen them have been normal, now you're kind of seeing it differently. You're seeing ultimately what doesn't work for you and maybe has been pushed on you and you didn't even realize. So that's something that could be shedding light right now. And it may feel like it keeps coming up over and over again, and it's almost like it's attacking you or triggering you. But really, it's just like Gemini's way of saying like, hey, like these parts aren't bad. You just these parts need to be revealed and healed in order to get what you want. And it's going to be easier than you realize. You might feel it for a second and then you're just like, oh, cool. Because you also realize where it's coming from. And from someone else, if it's coming from someone else, it's coming from places that they might not be doing well right now. There's something, I actually said this in one other readings, is like hurt people. So if you're around people that are intentionally swinging the sword or intentionally trying to cause a moment in your life, the best revelations and things come when you least expect it. So just be wary about who you're around during this vulnerable time for yourself, because not everyone is in the best place to give you any advice, as the cards give you advice. So just choose wisely, and as you do, but even more, because ultimately you know how great you're feeling. and how strong you're feeling and how capable you're feeling, and mostly like you're feeling. So regardless of what you feel very much in touch with yourself. Yay. But the tower moment is essentially when you feel capable. Normally that's when something comes up to be released or to be shown and given light, to be given freedom. So there are certain things that you have been holding on to that now that you feel so much more stronger in yourself, even more, and have this just beautiful sense of understanding of people and understanding that these people may be your people in certain light, but you're still finding what it is, or you're still not finding, but you're still connecting with what it is and how it is you want to be in relationships, and accepting yourself in the way that you show up, so then ultimately you accept more, or people that you surround yourself end up accepting you more. So when these moments happen, they're just to see how sure you are of and how capable you are of handling, understanding that what you've been holding on to, a certain sense of identity that you've been holding on to, is not necessarily in your best interest right now. Even if it works for other people, again, that you're close to, or that you talk about things with a lot, or that you're in close contact with, because you know how well things are going for you, and it's not really hard for you to see things, and you may be seeing someone very clearly in your life that you might need to take space from, because there's so that you don't resent. And then it's just easy to get back and switch things around, because there's something going on in their life that I don't think you realize that is ultimately altering a lot for them. So it's not personal, but it's personal because of just the major shifts that you're feeling internally, and it connects so much. But it's best if you are patient and wait, because by the end of the month, there's someone maybe that has been waiting to reach out to you. It might be a Sagittarius. And again, this might be Mercury retrograde bringing someone back, and they seem very, very interested in you and very capable of handling shit like a Sag does. But if it's Mercury retrograde bringing someone back into your life, again, it's going to happen after the shift, if that's what you're wanting. After these internal shifts and a couple conversations, nothing crazy, but understanding that you'll feel different. There's going to be like this wave, and it's peaceful. It's not dramatic, which is amazing. It feels dramatic before the end, but that's only because, and also depending on how you approach different situations that come up in your life, especially ones that you're in close communication with, and ask you to be more compassionate than not. Because if it's this Leo, they're finding a deeper sense of compassion this month, and they already, do that very well, but it's softer, it's different, it's vulnerable for them. And it's becoming like a new normal right now for them too, which is beautiful. Yay. And that's allowing you to feel even more capable. So, in the bottom of the deck, so much. And then you'll notice that you'll probably have a lot more options. And you'll be like, But it's not about the options, right? It's about who's most compatible with you and who you are compatible with as things progress. And as you continue to become very clear about what's really important to you and what's not. This also is, and we'll take a look at the cards, which you'll see even better, is that the more honest you are about whatever's going on with you in your life, especially to yourself, the easier the transition. So there is a lot to be sure about, but also a lot to kind of sit back and wait, because there's some things also that are going to come out, and for you to be most Scorpio and kind of just like, observe it. And then if the situation calls for it, attack. You know what I mean? All right, so you might be feeling very sensual too. Very touchy-feely this month, even more so. Very lovey-lovey with the people close to you. And you might want that attention. So if you want that attention, make sure that you ask for it, because there are people who want to give it to you. And you them, which is beautiful. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the cards, and then we'll go right into your extended, which will be up on Patreon, which is like 15 to 20 minutes of going into the cards even deeper for the month, and maybe even past and further, because Leo season might be really strong. Information to work with me one-on-one is below, and my Instagram. I'll see you next month, Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. So the moon sheds light on the amount of compassion you're able to withstand, but it also sheds light on the parts of you that need to allow that to be all that is when making a decision to move on, especially on moving on from a certain way of love, a certain way of showing love, even to yourself, moving on from something that was ultimately taking your energy. This could also be about moving on from a situation that you know has no other end. And you're just thinking like, I know there's something else I want to do, but it's like you have, because this situation is taking so much of your energy, you don't really get a chance to look the other way. And once you do, it's very easy and obvious to you that you made the right decision. It's just that channeling that energy there and focusing there. And this is also about like how you choose to even show love to yourself and switching it. It doesn't have to be like an external move, and ultimately that will make your external moves look differently. And just recognize that this part of you, it seems it's not hard for you to do, and it changes really quickly, and you may even go through an experience where you have to put it into use, and it shows you even more, again, how capable you are of holding on to only what's necessary. And there may be old feelings that come up, like we talked about. And those old feelings, you then realize that you want something more stable, more real, everything that you are, but now you want it in another person. And it could be by the end of retrograde season that you get that, and maybe it's during retrograde season that you get really comfortable with this change that's happening internally, because by the end of the season it seems like you're going to be approached. I wouldn't act on anything too quickly, but you're definitely going to be approached by someone who has definite possibilities for you. And you may look back and realize that you've, the reason why you've chosen certain people is because of what internal choice you've also been making. And that allows you to reflect and understand. And it's a very simple, you have more of very transparent month, even more so. And I keep staring at this tower moment. It's not as bad as it seems. It's more just this aha moment you will have, especially in right now, between now and the Gemini eclipse. Yeah. Cool. We'll get right into the extended where I clarify this when we go more into it, especially the Pisces and Leo, that I'm very curious, especially about the Pisces. Again, the more that you tap into this and allow this to start to having a trickle effect over you, this softer side of you, you get the expansion of Jupiter even more. So more will roll in. So much more. And being with someone who is so much more than maybe you thought they were. Okay, so we'll get into the next part. Information work with me one-on-one below. Okay, Scorpio? See you next month.